What's going on? What's going on? You got some time to tap in and check in. Let's get to it. This here evening, everybody some time to tap in and check in. Everybody handling their business, staying blessed, staying focused, doing what they needs to, doing what they got to. That's what the world is about. What you need to, doing what you got to. All right. So I'm gonna give everybody some time to check in. We're gonna get to it today. Get my phone. Make sure we get to it. People some time to check in and tap in. We'll discuss some things here this evening. You know what I mean? We're gonna get this together and we're gonna do it together. That's how this works. Everybody some time to check in. This evening. Well, it's been a little minute, so I'll give it to the 10-minute mark. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because we knew this and we true to this. We ain't new to this. We true to this. Everybody some time to get in the building this here evening on this Saturday evening / night, wherever you at. And if you ain't a subscriber, make sure you sub up. Make sure you sub up. We're going to do something this evening. As always, I'm going to give it to that 10-minute mark. And I'm going to do what I does. I know it's been a little minute, so I'll give some people some time to come back and probably see that I'm live and they'll tap in and check in. And you see that title, so gotta focus on being yourself, man. Don't worry about being other people, man. Be you. Always be yourself. Always be you. No matter what happens, no matter how it play out. Yeah, we're gonna get into something though. Make sure y'all got the notifications on. Make sure you come in here, you smash that like. I'm gonna discuss about these memberships, about these cash apps. We're gonna do it. And also, everybody out there, man, y'all make sure if you haven't, you get my email in the description. Start emailing me for them sessions. So people out there really do need them. You know what I mean? Everything will remain private between me and you. For all the children, you know, you need adult supervision to tap in and check in. 18 or older for that. There's a lot going on, as it always will be, and as it always is. You know, there's always something going on. However, you know, I'm gonna get into, as I always do, life, myself, and remaining focused and not allowing or letting things that's beneath you get the best of you. You know what I mean? Like doing you and staying focused. You know what I mean? Not letting things that's not on your level bother you or get to you or make it seem as if you got to react because you don't. You ain't got to react. You ain't got to say nothing. You know, everything is not meant for a response or a reaction. Some things is to test your emotions in regards to the dopamine. You know what I mean? Leonardo, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tapping in. Um, Listen up, Leonardo. For a lot of my live streams, you know, I'm gonna be having it on membership mode. So if you're not a member, become a member. So when I go live, you could be tapped in with my live streams. You know, you're one of my good friends. So become a member so you could be tapped in and you can get first access to a lot of my videos and a lot of my live streams because I'm gonna be putting a lot of my live streams and my videos on membership mode, and I don't want you to miss out. Yeah, that's my music channel, Leonardo. That's in the chat. That's my music channel. But I'm talking about right here on this platform. I got memberships available now. So you can get first dibs and easy access to what I'm doing. Become a member, Leonardo. All right. So make sure if you don't become a member, definitely hit me up on that cash app. All right, buddy? Yeah, nah. I know how we do, buddy. I know how we do. I'm just letting you know a lot of things are gonna be on my on membership mode. So if you want access to it, it'll be wise if you become a member. So therefore you can get access to my material before everybody else get to see it and it's put up on YouTube. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. All right. And again, remember, I'm gonna be going on membership mode. So if you want access to these videos, look to become a member. Also, you can get access to a lot of my other videos that other people haven't seen once you become a member, and you'll get exclusive access to those videos and or those live streams. I'm just waiting for the 10-minute mark and I'm gonna get into the content. But I just wanted to let you know that because you did tap in. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. And also I appreciate your support. I really do. Thank you. But yeah, as I was saying, so it's always important to be yourself. It's always important to do that. And that's what I'm gonna get into today. Being yourself. Don't let the world dictate your movement. Don't let the internet dictate your movement. Don't let society do that. Relationships do that. Money do that. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. That's what we're going to discuss. Being yourself. And again, you come in, make sure if you're not, well, hit the like button because I got it on subscribe mode. So hit the like button. If you care, you share. And again, I need you guys to start becoming members because a lot of my videos and live streams, I'm going to be on membership mode only. And that's for people to get exclusive access to my videos and what I'm doing. And I really want to see who want to be a part of this community that I'm building. Not personal, just business. And for those one-on-ones, email me. All right, so I done cracked the 10-minute mark. So listen up. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Don't be a follower. You lead by example. Don't follow trends. Set them. Don't follow trends. Set them. It doesn't matter what's going on. I see stories. I hear things every single day. You know why I don't run to my platform? Because it doesn't matter to me what people say and what people do. I dictate my movement. Not the world, not society, not money, not clothes, not jewelry, not cars, not relationships. I do. People going to talk regardless. It doesn't matter. So I don't let that distract me or deter me from doing what I got to do. And shout out to everybody that's been emailing me, talking to me, and dealing with me. I appreciate that on the one-on-one sessions. I really appreciate you guys for that. You know who you are. I appreciate that. For you guys having the confidence in me to email me on the one-on-one. And pick my brain. Also, I appreciate it that you guys have been listening and it's been bettering and changing your circumstances in your life. With health, with finances, with wardrobe, with relationships, with patience, with preparation, with guidance, with tutelage. I appreciate it. Because like I said, I have a lot of wise warriors out there that's been reaching out to me. And now I'm going to have some jungle survivors reaching out to me. So I appreciate it. It's needed. So I truly, truly appreciate that. And for other people out there, take advantage and start emailing me for those sessions. Everything is confidential. Everything will remain private. But take advantage of that. I'm not ashamed to say that I've been going to therapy or I see a therapist because I had to analyze and pay attention that the therapist needed therapists. So it's nothing wrong with that. And also, it's not wrong with talking to somebody. A lot of people like what I say and like what I do in my videos. Start emailing me so we can have them one-on-one sessions we could build that have nothing to do with the world. This would be one-on-one isolated. Just me and you. Also, take advantage of those memberships. Okay, so back to the content though. Listen up. Be you. Don't be distracted by what you see and what you hear. A lot of people, they're going to talk. Let them. Don't be distracted by what you see and what you hear. Only focus on what you can control. Only focus on that. See, I look at things in life like the weather. I'm unable to control when it's going to rain, when it's going to snow, when it's going to be a blizzard, when it's going to be a tornado, when an earthquake going to hit. I can't control that. I could do my best to be ready for it, but I can't control it. See, since I learned that, I don't worry about what the outside world going to say and do. They're going to say and do that regardless. I see stories every day. A lot of things that took place since I had my podcast. I had my podcast for like 4 years, going on 5 years. But a lot of things that have taken place within those 5 years, people go on my timeline. I don't talk about none of that because it got nothing to do with me. It got nothing to do with me. I've seen a lot of stories Ma done tapped in. Carla, what's going on? Yeah, no, I'm well. I'm well. I'm thankful. I just been working, getting things done, building up my clientele with the people that's been reaching out to me. As I was saying before you tapped in, I appreciate them for checking in and tapping in and emailing me, and just been doing my one-on-ones with my clients. So I appreciate them for having the confidence in me to even want to email me and deal with me on a one-on-one. So that's all I really been doing, and I just been relaxing, reading, meditating, staying focused, staying humble, staying thankful. So before you was nice enough to tap in, all I was saying was that since I had my podcast, a lot has taken place. I had my podcast for going on 5 years, like 4 years, and throughout that time, I was able to stay the course. I was able to stay the course. So that's important because so much have taken place with so many different things in life, with so many different aspects of life. And I've just been focused on that right there, just life. The catastrophic events that take place in life. That's all I've been doing, paying attention to it. However, it humbles me every day. When I do look at the news, I see where crime is at. I see where violence is at. I see where mental health is at. Oh, yeah, I see other things that's going on with celebrities, with the government, with music, with fashion. But I don't worry about that. That's the sideshow. I don't never knock people for what they do. I'm just saying me. I don't pay attention to that. That's going to be there. That's going to be there. However, I have to pay attention to me. I got to be me. And being me is keeping my awareness high, keeping my self-respect high, keeping my credibility high, improving on my grammar and my speech, improving on my wardrobe. And not my wardrobe far as I got a bunch of clothes, just making sure I have the appropriate things to wear. And when I go outside and conduct myself, always conduct myself as a man, as someone's son, as someone's grandson, as someone's father, as someone's grandfather, as someone's brother, as someone's uncle, as someone's nephew, as someone's husband or fiance. That's important to me, and it always will be. Because stereotypes going to be out there. The reason why I don't worry about stereotypes because I don't fit into stereotypes. I set the standard for me. I set the standard for me. I set that standard by being me, by not letting things that have nothing to do with me bother me or distract me. Like I said, since I had my podcast, tons of things have taken place. And tons of things have taken place since I ain't been going live. Yeah, I drop my little videos when I can, but those are pre-recorded. Like I said, I could do 8 pre-recorded videos in one day. That's why sometimes people will see me in a pre-recorded video and look like, okay, he had that blazer on, or he had that shirt on, or that sweater in the last video, because I'll do like 5 or 6 pre-recorded videos within like a 1-day span. So I don't got to keep sitting in front of a laptop or sitting in front of a tablet or a phone, because I got other things I got going on. I appreciate that my platform has made it to the next level, but that wasn't my main initiative for that to happen, because everything I'm gonna do is gradual. Like, it's steps to everything, it's levels to everything. So I'm thankful that I don't rush the steps, and I don't want to skip any steps either. I want to evolve at my pace, though. I'm gonna take my time with everything that I do. I'm blessed to have that time. And that's something that's more valuable to me than money. Time. because I can't get that back. I could lose some money. I could spend some money. I could mismanage some money and maybe get that back. But once I mismanage time or misvalue time, I can't get that back. So for me, that's how come I don't put my time into unwarranted things any longer, unwarranted energy any longer. What other people do, how other people live, what other people say. I want to see people better off, wiser than they was yesterday. That's why it's shout out to my wise warriors. Shout out to my jungle survivors. That's important. That matters. Like for some people, it may be sad or it may be emotional for them to like go to a hospital, for example. And now when you're in the hospital, you get to see people that's sick, people that's on their deathbed, and people that's recovering from cancer or heart attack or stroke. For me, that's gratifying because it keeps my awareness where it needs to be. I need to pay attention to that. That's important because it can happen to anybody at any given time. Age ain't got nothing to do with that. Money ain't got nothing to do with that. Fame ain't got nothing to do with that. Nationality ain't got nothing to do with that. Gender ain't got nothing to do with that. If you're a good person, a bad person, that ain't got nothing to do with that. Where you work at, that ain't got nothing to do with that. But if I'm paying attention to things that's ain't on my frequency, that's taking me out of being me. That's going to bring my energy level down. I need my energy level to stay high at all times. So if I'm paying attention to things on the sideline, all that's going to do is bring my energy level down. And now, what else that'll do? It'll have me distracted, have me going back and forth with people about unnecessary things. Things, again, that's not in my control. Things, again, that I can't really do nothing about. So I may not want to see a blizzard, but when it comes, just be prepared for it. I'm looking to survive these things, not worry about them coming like, damn, that blizzard coming. What I'm going to do? Be prepared for it. So when it comes, I can do my best to survive. That's that. I get it. I get it. I'm not worrying about who like me or who love me or who hate me. That's beneath me. I love me. I like me, so it doesn't matter. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to be liked. To be honest, I'm thankful there's a lot of people out there that don't like me, that don't like what I say, that don't like what I stand for. I appreciate that. I don't care who agree or disagree. So that's why I say what I say. My content ain't for you. Unsubscribe, not interested, don't recommend. It's that simple. It's that simple. I'm going to always be me, though. Everybody else is taken. Everybody else is taken. Everyone else is taken. And outside of everybody being taken, a lot of people are easily distracted. A lot of people easily distracted by the same old scenarios all the time, the same old things all the time. They caught up in what somebody else saying, with somebody else's life. However, they'll put out there, my life is important. So why are you worrying about somebody else's life? That's rhetorical. And I'm being facetious too. So it's a rhetorical question, but I'm also being facetious because I'm literally worried about me. That's why I don't come on and speak about other people. I speak about life, yes, but not other people. It's irrelevant. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless. They're not going to change their ways because I'm talking about them. I want to see people do better. They want to do better, they're going to put action behind it. See, I put action behind it. I ain't on here every day. I'm on here when I could get on here. That's how I operate. I'm on here when I could get on here. I ain't on here every day. It ain't nothing like people missing you. It ain't nothing like somebody looking forward to hearing from you, seeing you, building with you. Unpredictability is a great thing because nobody can pinpoint you in nowhere. Like, I know he's going to drop a video this day. I know he's going to go live this way. I know he's going to go here to get something to eat. I know he's going to do that. He's going to wear this. He's going to speak about that. And when it's unpredictable, you got people on edge because they don't know what you're going to do. When you become predictable, people are like, I already know what's going on. I already know what he's going to say. I already know what she's going to say. I already know what she's going to do. I already know what he's going to do. And when you start to be so focused on yourself, the energy becomes contagious. Other people will start to be more focused on themselves and bettering themselves. And they'll look to grow and evolve and elevate. And I know ain't nothing going on here. Ain't nothing going on here. So what am I rushing to it for? Yes, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the people that do tap in because, again, I know they're sincere. They ain't just tapping in like, let me tap in to be nosy, or let me tap in to troll, or let me tap in to spam. They really look forward to listening to what I got to say. They look forward to my content. That's why I appreciate my wise warriors and my jungle survivors. That's why I appreciate them. Their reason I do what I do. I do drop my videos. Their reason that now I can say I'm starting to build up some serious clientele with people behind the scenes emailing me, reaching out to me. Like, nah, you know what? Yeah, I need an hour. I need 2 hours. I need an hour and a half. I need an hour, 45 minutes. I appreciate that. See, the other people, it's just whatever. To them, that hour, that 2 hours, that hour, 45 minutes, that means a lot. Because now they're gaining and getting insight about life and life. And I'm thankful they're comfortable with me to want to have that conversation. I'm thankful for that. They're like, nah, I'm glad I did email you, or nah, I'm glad we did have that conversation. And I tell them, nah, I appreciate it, that the fact that you even reached out to me. And they say, you know, I'm going to watch some of your videos, but I ain't going to never say nothing in the comments. Don't. You go live, I ain't going to never say nothing. Don't. I'm thankful that you want to remain anonymous. Let people believe nobody else is there but them. Or let people believe if they see 2 people or 3 people or 500 people, let them think what they want. That's why it's confidential and it's private anyway. That's how it should be. That's how it needs to be. Entertainment is a great source of income. It's a great source of income. However, knowledge is infinite. Entertainment is a great source of income. Knowledge is infinite. Knowledge is infinite. Can't put a price on that. You can get capped out and maxed out for entertainment. Somebody can say, all right, this is all we want to give you for your entertainment. But for that education, It's infinite. It's priceless. You're unable to put a cap or a price on that. Can't put a price on that. Being yourself, can't put a price on that. That's why I'm not frustrated with anything or anyone. Because I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable being me. I wouldn't want to do this over. Everything I've been through, I'm thankful I've been through it. It helped me get to where I am today. I appreciate the pain. It's a blessing. I appreciate the pain. It's a blessing. I really do. I appreciate it. It's a blessing. It helped me grow and elevate. The pain, the struggles, the mental struggles, the spiritual struggles. Thank you. That's why I get on here and say things like that. Because I'm thankful for the struggles. I ain't mad at nobody. Thankful that I had to struggle with the things that I did. Because those areas needed for me to be built up and for me to build them up. So without those struggles, I wouldn't even see those areas that I need to build up and work on. How come? Because I'm paying attention to everything and everybody else. Paying attention to everything going on around me. And my awareness and my surroundings, I'm always paying attention to, but I'm saying that just the loud noise. Just the loud noise of everything that happens on a daily basis is loud noise. And I'm thankful that I learned how to just turn it down. And I learned how to turn the station. That's why my frequency is different. Because I had to adjust that, turn that station, adjust my frequency. Like, man, I ain't paying attention to that. Because I can have all facts about something that I see or something that I heard or something that come across my YouTube feed or my YouTube timeline. And I can say, let me make a video about this. Somebody's going to say, because it's a hot or trending topic, you don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Just so now I could be distracted from the topic at hand. And now I'm going through something with somebody else that I don't know and they don't know me. So what I'm going to do, stay focused on me. My information can coincide with somebody and it can help them think better, sleep better, eat better, move better, exercise more, read more, write more, respect themselves better, keep their awareness high. That's what's going on. But I ain't going to get on here and worry about other things. Don't mean nothing. Not to me. Not to me. It means nothing. Like I said, it's a bunch of things going on. What am I going to bring it up for? What? It's not in my control. So even if I dislike somebody that has power or stature or fame or success, or even if I do like the person, that's not going to change what they do or who they are or how they operate. Okay, I'm just one in a million that's criticizing or talking about it or saying something. What makes me unique? Oh, not talking about it. That's what makes me unique. Not worried about it. Building up me. If that sounds selfish or that sounds egotistical or that sounds conceited, no problem. At least I ain't on there talking about other people. At least I ain't doing that. Because that would sound like gossiping. That would sound like rumors. That would sound like speculation. More importantly, though, it wouldn't sound like me. More importantly, though, it wouldn't sound like me. Wouldn't sound like me. And that's more important to me. It wouldn't sound like me. I would look at the playback and be like, nah, this ain't what you do. You ain't build no platform off this. This ain't your calling. This ain't your blueprint. You ain't architect this. You ain't design this. This is called a following pattern. You a follower now? So somebody else drew a picture. What I'm gonna do? Go on top of them and trace that same picture? And I'm gonna put my signature next to it. They drew the picture. But what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trace outside the lines, then put my signature, and then get mad at them. Because I went and traced what they did. So if I just be me and be authentic, it don't matter. Now let them talk. At least they talking and I'm being me. At least they speculating, I'm being me. When I'm worrying about other things, other people, and it's not to uplift these people or to enhance these people or to see them get the best for them or see them evolve, to me, it's irrelevant. I don't want nobody to agree, and I don't care who disagrees. Again, I don't want anyone to agree, but I really don't care who disagrees. Because I'm just being me. I'm just being me. If it ain't good enough, no problem. And if it's great to some people, thank you. So either way, it's not going to switch me up. I'm not going to change up. Those who appreciate me being me, thank you. Those who don't, I ain't mad at you. Stay blessed. Stay focused. Because I'm going to be me. I'm going to do what I got to do. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to be happy doing it. I'm going to be humble doing it. I'm going to be grateful doing it. I'm going to be grateful doing it. Because it matters. It matters. The important thing about being yourself also, you can have, and you get to find out. You can have peace of mind, but you also get to find out things about yourself that you will never see when you stop paying attention to everything and everyone else. See, because when you keep up with everything and everybody else, you lose yourself. You run away from you because you want to run into what everybody else is saying and doing. Oh, I'm going to get it in. Oh, I'm going to get it in. Because a lot of people like to do that. They're like, I got to keep up. I got to keep up. It's like if I'm running track, I ain't worried about who lapping me. As long as I make it around the track, anybody can lap me. I can come in last place. Don't matter. I'm going to finish, though. I ain't going to quit. I ain't going to give up. Everybody can lap me. People could be running laps around me like, yo, everybody lapping you. Okay. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. That's why it's wise warriors than jungle survivors. That's why it's coming from where I came from, the bottom of that ocean, to get to the top of that mountain. Not to say to people, I made it. Nope, to look down at my whole self. I ain't going to be that no more. I ain't going to be that no more. Nope. I got other things to do. It's a blessing when I can look up at the new me and look down at the old me. It's easy for me to tell somebody, how to live their life, or it's easy for me to criticize somebody else living their life and spending their money. What about how I'm living my life, how I'm spending my money, the food I'm putting in my body, the clothes on my back, how my bills got to get paid, how I got to feed my family or whoever I love, and we got whatever we got going on to keep what we got going on. What about me doing that? But I'm going to run here on the internet every time a story drop or whatever trending. Yeah, let me talk about that, because you know what? If I do that, I'm going to get caught up in the algorithm. I'm the algorithm. I'm an algorithm, me as a person. I ain't worried about, oh, now I'm caught up in the algorithm. Let me, for what? For what? So more people can see my content, more people. It get to those who's intended for. It get to those who it's intended for. Those who need to listen, they listen. Those who need to learn, they get educated. Those who need to learn, learn. Those who need to be educated, get the knowledge, get the tutelage. That's how that go. That's how that work. It don't go the other way around. Those who need to get the tutelage and knowledge, they do. Those who need to get the message, they do. Those who need to get the good vibes, they get that. That's how this works. That's my intent. Be me, do me. Nothing else. That's why I always tell people, go back on my timeline, not for a view or a like, not for that. Because we living in a world, right, where a lot of people say receipts. So go back on my receipts and see. I ain't never was doing that because I don't care. I don't care. I'm not on here to entertain. Just so happens if you be entertained, okay, great. I can, but that's gonna take away from the education. I ain't got to get on here as what they say. I'm gonna get on here and cook people. Nope. Mm-mm. For what? For what? What is that gonna solidify? Nothing. What is that gonna prove? Nothing. It's not gonna prove anything. It's not gonna make me a bigger man, and it's definitely not gonna make me a better man. Staying me will make me a better man, though. Doing me will make me a better man, though. Staying within the confines of life, living, learning, educating, teaching, building, enhancing, bettering. That'll do that. That's how that go. That's what it's about. That's what I do, and I'm gonna continuously do that. Because I had to understand, when I was living in dysfunction, I was uncomfortable because I was living in dysfunction. When I was doing things that represented low IQ, I didn't want nobody to call me out on it. I was looking forward to people respecting me and respecting things I said and did, and I wasn't even respecting myself and the things that I was saying and doing because I wasn't really totally in tune with what I was saying and doing. But I said, nah, you're going to respect me, or nah, you're going to respect what I said. And it wasn't total action behind it. So it's a difference when people say things and then others actually pay attention to behavior. Because people can say a lot, but then when you pay attention to behavior, and somebody say, man, I don't care about being on YouTube, I ain't sweating it. Then you see them on YouTube all the time. Somebody can say, man, I ain't sweating it, and you see them when you see them. Catch them when you catch them. They drop videos when they drop videos. Don't matter if they got 1 subscriber or 1 million. Don't matter. Don't matter. They got other things going on. And the people that they build with, that grow with them, that elevate with them, appreciate everything they do because they appreciate, first of all, them being authentic. Secondly, they value that time is currency. Time is currency. So when you're not worried about others, you do what you do. Right now, it's telling me 6 people watching me. Thankful for the people that's out there. That's not going to change the dynamics of what I'm going to do. Because if it's 6, 60, 600, 6,000, 6 million, so see, when you have a lot of responsibility going on, other things don't mean nothing to you no more. You have a lot of responsibility. That humbles me that I'm responsible for things now, my own actions, things I say, things I do, respecting myself, taking care of myself. I'm responsible for those things. I've been responsible for them, but I wasn't conscious of it. I'm fully aware of that. Fully aware of that. And that's important to me. I'm fully aware of that. That I have to always now be responsible for everything that comes with living in this lifetime for me. Can't take a day off no more like I used to. I'm saying now I'm gonna be more responsible for what I eat, what I drink. I ain't gonna be smoking as much. I ain't gonna be staying up as late. And I still was contradicting myself. I still was gambling with my own word. It's like I had my word on the crap table, on a blackjack table, and a slot machine. Yeah, nah, you know what? I'm gonna do the right thing tomorrow, and I still pull the slot machine lever, and I'll end up doing it. Now I'm gonna be honest with these people, and then I end up crapping out because I ain't do what I said. I said something, but my action didn't follow through with what I said. And when it backfired, I didn't want to look in the reality mirror. I wanted to say, no, but that happened because of this happened. No, that happened because I wasn't a man of my word. I wasn't being responsible for my own actions. Me. And once that happened, I appreciate the transition because I wasn't always responsible for things that I said and did. I would get frustrated when I had to be responsible for things that I said and did. And that was childish of me. That was childish of me. How I'm not going to be responsible for the things that I'm saying and doing. And then when it backfire, it's everybody else's fault. And I'm blaming everybody because I'm messing up my own future because I'm still stuck on my past. Things that happened when I was younger, or things that happened before I was even put on the planet. Things that happened with my mom or my dad or my grandparents or my great grandparents or my worried about none of that. I didn't say it wasn't important. However, right now where I'm at in life is just not relevant. Again, I'm not saying it's not important, but right now where I'm at in life, it's just not relevant. And if anything, it should help me. It should propel me to know the things that I look for and the things to be aware of. So when I do make a move and I do move forward, I know what to look out for. That's what it should do. That's what it should do. It should do anything else. It should do that. And when you focus and when you're paying attention, you be like, all right, when you're not paying attention to so many other things that's not yourself and not being yourself, you don't see that because you got to keep up. That's why I always say that about social media. Having so many apps and so many websites, you got to catch up. If you're on Facebook, you got a bunch of friends. Some people you probably never even met in real life. So it's three aspects of Facebook. One aspect is people you're never going to meet or never met, or they never met you. And you keeping up with them and their lifestyle, ditto. They try to keep up with you and your lifestyle. You got the other, this is the second aspect of Facebook. People that you see in real life don't want to give you the same conversation they want to give you on the internet. Family, friend, foe, exes, ex-business partners, people you grew up with, they don't want to give that same energy back, eye to eye, when they really can do it, when they see you, but they don't see you on the internet and give you a conversation. That's the second aspect of Facebook. The third aspect of Facebook and or Instagram or the internet is people will bring up things and they could talk to that same person that they would see on a one-on-one, but they'll bring it to the internet. They'll bring it to the internet. What is intelligent about that? What's going on with that? They'll bring it to the internet. My girl Waffles, God bless. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Hope all is well with you and the family. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate your time. I really do. I appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by. So it's three aspects. Again, because I greeted one of my subscribers. The first aspect is people that you don't know and they don't know you. You guys are looking to look at each other's lifestyles now. You don't know that person and they don't know you. Y'all became friends through social media. The second one is people you really know, family, friend, or foe, business partners or exes or people you was in a relationship with, won't give you that real conversation one-on-one when they see you shopping in the supermarket, taking the kid to school, picking the kid up from school, going to work, coming from work, being in your community or your neighborhood. They won't give you that conversation, but they want to talk to you over the internet. The third one is connected to the first two. They'll come to the internet and rant or vent about friends, about family, about money, about struggles, about coworkers, whatever it may be. And they see these people and can talk to these people like adults. That's how come I appreciate being me. More importantly, I appreciate I existed before the internet took off because I was forced to do that. And I'm thankful for that. I was forced to do that. I was forced to do that. I ain't have no choice. I was forced to do that. I was forced to say, you know what? I had to make phone calls. I had to go see people because there was no internet. I had to take those trips to go see people, ride the train or ride the bus or ride my bike or take a cab or whatever the means of transportation was. I had to get there though. I had to go deal with these people. And I had to have the conversation. I had to do that. It was no getting around that. I had to have that conversation. I couldn't run from that. I had to say, you know what, man? I got to call such and such. I got to go see such and such. Couldn't run from that. And I'm thankful for that. How come I'm thankful for it? Because it makes this internet thing not that important to me. I'm outdated, I'll accept that. I'll accept I'm outdated. I'll accept that. I know 3 factors with me being outdated. I have issues with people because I don't live on this app. I don't live on this app, and I don't live for it. I don't live on it, I don't live through it, and I don't live for it. All facts. But when I get on it, my energy level going to stay high. I'm going to be productive. I'm going to be positive. I do way more than I say. When I get on here, I say a lot, but I do way more than that. I do way more than what I say. That's all that matters. Because in the past, I said a lot and I wasn't doing much. But I said a lot 15, 20 years ago, but I didn't do that much. Over the last 10 years, I accomplished way more than I did over the first 25, 30 years out of my life. The last 10 years, I accomplished much more. Why? Because I cut people out. I cut people off. I paid attention to me. I stopped worrying about unnecessary things. The sideline. People didn't mean anything to me. That's how come I got things done. That makes me a bad person? It doesn't matter. If it makes me a good person, I appreciate it. But I'm not here to be liked. The less people like me, the better. Because the less people I got to deal with and interact with. Because I ain't here to keep deciding who's going to be authentic and all that. I ain't got time to deal with that and worry about that. I ain't all that. Less for me always means more. Less for me always means more. The less time I have, the more I'm appreciated. The less time that I have, the more I'm going to appreciate it. The less money I have, the better I will use it. The less food I have, that means I won't eat that much. So less for me always represents more. But when I didn't know no better, less for me means time to panic, time to complain, time to moan and groan, time to get stressed. How come? I ain't got enough of this. I ain't got enough of that. I got enough time. Make it happen. And whatever that's going to be, just make it happen. Whatever that is, it doesn't matter what it is. Just make it happen. Whatever it's going to be, just make it happen. Doesn't matter. Just make it happen. Whatever it's going to be. Whatever that is, doesn't matter. Whatever that's going to be, just make it happen. Period. So with the less, I had to learn, do more. And when I do get more, worry about less. When I do get more, worry about less. But when I have less, do more with it. And when I get more, worry about less. The more time I have, worry about people less. The less time I have, do more with that time. That's it. That's it. But to be caught up and saying, I'm doing me, and I'm not. I'm doing everything else everybody else doing. What makes me me is I don't care. I'm not doing that, and I'm never going to do that. That's why I don't have issues any longer. Because what people say about me, that's what they see. No problem. Why am I going to go back and forth looking to prove something? I don't need validation from anyone on the planet Earth. And if they're looking for validation from me, why? They They can validate themselves. I'm going to support people the best way that I know how. Not the way that they want me to, or not the way that they believe I can or believe I should. The best way that I know how. That's what I'm looking back from people. The best way they know how. I'm going to always be me. Always. Everyone else is taken. Everyone else is taken. Everyone else is taken. Be you. Be you. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. That's what it's about. I always say this, and I'm going to say this again. A lot of people know what to do. A lot of people do. And some people just do what they know. They just do what they know. See, I'm with those other people that know what they're doing. And when I say a lot of people that I'm in contact with, a lot of people that I speak to, they know what to do. They ain't doing what they know. So when the situation arrives, they know what to do. They ain't doing what they know. Nuh-uh. That's what the people that's in the pack is doing that. That's what the sheep is doing. When you know what to do, it don't matter what the situation consists of, you're going to get it done. You got people around to help you, you humbled. You got people around to work with you, it's a blessing. You got to get it done alone, no problem. See, it's one thing when you got to hunt and you with the pack of wolves. That's great. However, when you be with that pack of wolves, you get tired of being with that pack because first fact, you want to learn, can you hunt on your own and sustain on your own without the pack? First and foremost. Then, once you get on your own, you have to learn how to hunt on your own. You have to learn how to do that. So it's all right to be with the wolf pack. That's fine because all y'all going to eat. However, you got to be on your own and go hunt, it ain't the same. Because now you got to learn how to go out there in the wilderness and hunt. But the third most important factor, once you on your own and you learn how to hunt and you by yourself, you got a lot more to eat. It may sound selfish to some people, but if you really think about it, it's not. Because when you go hunt with that pack, everybody fighting for the food that everybody had to go out there and hunt for. But if you hunt on your own, you got more food. Then you could do whatever you want to do with your food. But when you go hunt with the pack, now you got to argue with other people that's in the pack over that food that you had to go hunt for. That's why it's important to learn to go hunt on your own. That's why the lone wolf is dangerous, because the lone wolf learned how to hunt. That's why that lone wolf became dangerous, because the lone wolf learned how to hunt by themselves. And their survival skills are impeccable because they by themselves. Their survival skills are impeccable. They by themselves. That's what's going on. That's what's important. Learn how to do things by yourself. For yourself. That's what's relevant. You know what, though? Some people, they want to be with the pack all the time. Now, I'm going to go out there with the pack. I'm going to eat. Okay. Remember, you're going to have to fight because it's a pack. If you do it alone, you learn how to hunt by yourself. You have a lot more to eat. Don't matter if it seem or sound selfish, conceited, self-centered. That's not the point. The point is you're hunting alone. You're building up your skills by yourself. And when you do get the food, you'll be able to eat and have more food for yourself. And now, should you decide you want to share, you could do that. You could do that. But if you go out with the pack and all y'all hunting together, somebody gonna be like, you got more food than me. Now you're gonna have to fight amongst the pack you was with. That's a fact. I'm gonna say that for the people in the nosebleeds. When you go with the pack and you go hunting and the food come back, somebody gonna look at your food and say, you got more food than me, or how you get more food than me, you always hunting. And they gonna maybe try to say, well, you didn't do what I did. How you get more food than me, or how you get the same amount of food as me? So you know what? To avoid that, learn how to hunt on your own. So that means have your own mind. Don't worry about what the media is saying. Don't worry about what social media is saying. Don't worry about what the narrative is out there. See, when you, that don't matter. People can say, oh, if you got a platform, for example, well, you boring. Okay, no problem. Tune out. Stay blessed, though. Like, you ain't doing nothing. Okay, no problem. See, when you start to learn how to hunt and you on your own, you don't got to share nothing no more. You ain't got to do that no more because you hunting on your own. When the fisherman going fishing, he don't need a crew with him. He need the boat. He need the fishing rod and the bait. He gonna go out there and get that fish. But if you don't know how to fish, you gotta go with him. And you gotta abide by what he telling you to do so you can eat. But if you say, Mr. Fisherman, can you teach me how to fish? And now you got to do what I say in my videos. Learn to listen or listen to learn. But when you listening to respond, or you listening to react, or you listening to get emotional, or you listening to attack, you ain't gonna never get the lesson. How you gonna get the lesson? How? Because all you're gonna do is react or respond or get emotional or want to be combative or you got answers. So when you learn, when you build your skills, it don't matter no more because you're building your skills. Everything takes time. It's just, do you want to put the time in? Like people learn songs, people learn movies, people learn sports, learn how to build a cabin, learn how to build a boat. That takes time like anything else. Learn how to do it. Nothing stopping you. Nothing stopping you. That's not a cultural thing. That's a you thing. That's not a gender thing. That's a you thing. Go learn how to do it. Put the time in. That's what I said. For me, it ain't money. It ain't this platform. Learn how to do it. Get it done. The longer you wait around and sit around, oh no, somebody gonna help me get it done. Okay, all right. No problem then. Somebody gonna help you get it done. All right. Y'all be safe. While you getting it done, y'all be safe. Me, I got other things to do. But y'all gonna do that, y'all be safe. Me, I ain't worried about it. Because I gotta learn. That's what I gotta do. I gotta learn. Whether that's self-taught, whether that's somebody teaching me, I still gotta learn. And I'm willing to do that. I'm not gonna let nothing stop that. I'm not gonna let things get in the way. What other people say, what other people do. I'm not gonna let none of them things get in my way. I used to let a lot of that get in my way. What somebody else gonna say, somebody else think it's irrelevant to me. Not gonna stop and knock them. Do it. Be my guest. Get that done. But for me, I ain't sweating it no more. I ain't sweating it. So being me, I won't want to trade that in for the world. I don't care how much money somebody got, how much status somebody got, how much success they have. God bless them. But I ain't going to stress it or them. God bless them. But I ain't going to stress it or them. I'm my worst enemy. Not the system, not other people. Me. Not my family, not my upbringing. Me. I'm my worst enemy. Me. I fight against me every single step of my life. Nobody owes me nothing, and I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Anything I'm looking to obtain and have, I'm looking to earn. I appreciate support. Nobody ain't gonna give me nothing. And I don't want nobody to give me nothing. And nobody owes me nothing. Nobody. Nobody. I don't want nobody to be indebted to me. I'm indebted to myself. I owe it to myself to do better. I owe it to myself to do the right thing. And the right thing for me is not based around nobody's standards either. I got my own standards. I set my own precedent. That's how this goes. Set my own precedent. I set my own standard. That's how this goes. So I'm not going to be worried about, okay, well, if I do this, I'm going to be looked at this way. Okay, so, and see, when you be you, you don't worry about none of them type of things because I learned. Nothing's perfect and nobody's perfect. So why do I care? Well, I'm supposed to get up here and have a perfect conversation. I'm supposed to get up here and have a perfect outfit. I'm supposed to have a perfect look, the perfect background. I ain't worried about that. Because it ain't going to never happen. It ain't going to never happen. Something ain't right, something off. I could adjust and adapt, but to think it's going to be perfected, I'm an idiot because it ain't going to happen. And since I learned that, why am I worried about somebody looking to tell me or dictate to me how something ain't right? Because I know if the roles get reversed and they got to spin around and look at it from their perspective, they're going to be like, but I ain't perfect and things ain't perfect. So why are you looking at that when it comes to other people? Oh, I get it, because they got success or because they got status or because they got fame. That's what it is. Because their name is Jane Doe or John Doe and their net worth says $600 trillion. So now it's like, okay, they got all this money. They better have a perfect suit on. They got all this money. They better have a perfect hairdo. It's like, what? They better have a perfect car, perfect conversation. That don't exist. Money don't make you perfect. Fame don't make you perfect. Status don't make you perfect. Subscribers don't make you perfect. It may make you more seen and heard, but it don't make you perfect. It don't make you perfect, though. So that's why I don't care. That's why I don't care, and I never will. Because I got to be me. I got to be me. And being me ain't a part of worrying. What the BS people do, I ain't concerned. What the BS people do, I ain't concerned. I'm worrying about me laying in the earth. Because once it's over, ain't no coming back. Family, money, status, subscribers, nothing can bring me back. All the crying, all the flowers, all of how bad I was, or how good I was, or how much of a difference maker I was or wasn't. Don't matter now, I'm gone. Once you off the planet, ain't no coming back. So whether you dead broke or you got all the money in the world, once you gone, you ain't coming back. That's why I'm going to always be me. Because none of that ain't going to change status quo. It's not. That's one thing I appreciate about being me and living life. You get one life. However, you could get a lot of opportunities at that one life. I'm never going to be the victim. I'll be the villain all day. I'm the bad guy, no problem. I'll accept that, but I'm never going to be the victim. You got victims, you got villains. I'll be the villain, no problem. Because I don't have a victim mentality. That's another thing I appreciate about being me. I don't have a victim mentality. I don't have that. That's another thing I truly appreciate about being me. Victim mentality. Don't have that. Don't have that. People want to make me the villain. I've been made the villain throughout my life. No problem. Sometimes it was 100% warranted. Sometimes it was just people wanted to be the victim. No issue on my end. No issue on my end. So the blame game, I've been through that. The reason why it don't matter to me is because I'm holding myself accountable more than I ever did throughout my life. So it don't matter what somebody accused me of doing. Okay, I did that. All right. That's what I did. No problem. It's not gonna the seesaw. When I used to go to the park, I used to get on the seesaw because it's unbalanced. The seesaw is unbalanced. And that's how life do you. You get on that seesaw. It be someday you be high, someday you be low. Someday you be low, someday you be high. So now what? And I don't mean off any drugs or liquor or alcohol. That's how it be. Some days you high, some days you low. Some days you low, some days you high. And so the key ingredient to that is though, are you being you? That's all that should matter. Are you being you? Are you being you? So the real thing is now, what's more important? Having money, status, fame, success, a lot of subscribers, people knowing you. However, you're not able to be you no more. But you got all those things, but you can't be you no more. I don't want none of that. Let me be me. Keep it. Let me be me. Let me be me. I don't need that. Because now you're telling me I got that, but I can't be me. So that means even when I get the money, even when I get the status, even when I get the fame or the success, I'm unable to live in the neighborhood I want to live in, or community I want to live in, or house I want to live in, or the car I want to drive, or the food I want to eat. I can't do none of that. See, that's the thing some people don't pay attention to. They think when they get these things, and some people say, no, you're going to have to switch up. You can't do none of the things that you authentically want to do any longer because you can't be you now. You got money, you got fame, you got status, you got success. Can't be you no more. You got to do what that money tell you to do. You got to do what the fame tell you to do. That's what you got to do. You got to do what the money tell you to do. You got to do what the fame tell you to do. Period. Point blank. You ain't got no options. That's what you got to do. Whatever the money tell you to do, whatever the fame tell you to do, that's what you got to do. Can't do nothing but that. Whatever that money tell you to get done, that's what you got to do. And it don't even matter. Whatever the fame say you got to do, you got to do it. Ain't no arguing it. Ain't no getting around it. So if you don't want to be caught up in what the money and the fame and the status tell you to do, and the success, be you. See, I'm well aware of that now. That's why my awareness is higher. That's why self-awareness. That's why self-evaluations every day. Because I'm not worried about none of that no more. Doesn't mean anything. Can have that money. Okay, where's your integrity? Where your morals? Where your values? Where that's at? See, when you gain other things, you lose other things. See, so many people not being themselves, they don't realize that. If I had that person's money, if that was my wife, I made a video about that. If that was my husband, that was my children. If I had that car, you ain't them, they ain't you. Be you. In a lifetime, some people will never have certain things in a lifetime. That's why I said what I said earlier about going to a hospital, seeing people that have to recover, or dealing with people that never had the ability to be able to see or hear or walk or talk. Some other people, like, they got all of those things, but they're like, man, I want a Benz. Man, I want a Lex. Man, I want a big house. Man, I want $20 million. Man, I want this. Man, I want that. Them people that can't see or hear, they just want that. They could just be able to see it. They could just be able to hear conversation. They could just be able to touch or eat again or get the right amount of rest without having to be on medication or be on dialysis or be connected to machines. I'm saying, I just see life from a different lens, from a different perspective, because I've had to really grow to appreciate life on a whole. Not things within a lifetime, things that come with me just living every day. Life, breath, strength. Not money, not success, not subscribers. That's going to come. I'm on business mode with this now. I did this for years and I wasn't monetized. And I don't even have that fully on. I just be putting videos up. I don't even be turning on monetized on majority. I could do that for my videos. Okay, I'm going to do it when I'm ready. Because that's not the overall goal. It's to build up a community. So now we could build as a community, as a tribe. And when we start to build as a community, as a tribe, now it could become infectious, and it could build and it could spread to other people that got the same energy. That's going to bring the same energy back, the same frequency back. Always be yourself. It doesn't matter what your mama say, what your daddy say, what your grandparents say, what your co-workers say, what your husband say, what your wife say, what your kids say. Be yourself. If being you ain't good enough for people, no problem. Got three type of people. People that's in your life, that's a blessing. People that's in your life, that's a lesson. And people that's in your life, that's a stressing. Now it's time to evaluate what people in your life, the blessings, the lessons, or the stressing. Which one? Which one? They're a blessing. You already know where they stand. If they're a lesson, better start paying attention so you can learn. And if they're stressing, time for you to leave that alone. Or vice versa. You stressing, it's time for them to leave you alone. That's how this thing goes. But anything in between that, only thing promised after you have life is death. Nothing else. Cars ain't promised. Clothes ain't promised. Food ain't promised. A place to stay ain't promised. So if you have that, appreciate it. Of course, if you have what you have, of course you're going to want more. Who wouldn't? Broke people want what millionaires got. Millionaires want what billionaires got. Billionaires want more. So everybody wants more. I'm just thankful for what I have because I know I don't have to have that because I had less than what I have. So even if I get more, I'm going to be thankful because it's less I have to look for. And when I have less, I do more with that. So more, I worry about less. Less, I do more with. So either way, I'm great. I'm going to say that again for the people in the nosebleeds. When I have less, I do more with that. And when I have more, I worry about less. That's how this thing goes. So when I get more, less things I worry about. And when I have less, I do more with it. Less time, I do more with it. More time, I have to worry about dealing with less things and less people. So when I have less time, I capitalize off that. When I have more time, I deal with less things and less people. I have more money, I do less things. I have less money, I minimize the things I do that with the money. That's it. But it ain't, okay, I got this money, let me go ahead and splurge on something. Or I ain't really got no money, let me act funny and cut people off. Nah. I've been capitalizing with what I had regardless. If nobody's there or everybody's there. When you start to say no to people, you start to say yes to you. See, a lot of people don't like to tell people no. I'm not a nice person. I'm just a good person. See, when you're nice, people take advantage of that. But when you're good, you're going to do good things. And good things turn into great things. When you say no, you'll start to see where people truly stand at. Like, you going to call me back? No. You going to come see me tomorrow? No. You going to help me do this? No. Oh, you mean, or you rude, or you crude. Okay, I'll be that. No problem. I'm not going to give them pushback. I'm not going to give them arguments. Okay, that's what you're saying I am. Okay, now, again, 3 people, a blessing, a lesson, or stressing. If they think I'm stressing them by saying no, they should X me out their life. And if I'm a lesson, it's time for them to learn how to deal with me. And if I'm a blessing, then appreciate me. That's it. Ain't no I'm saying, I love my girl, but she get on my nerve. Life ain't perfect, right? So I love my man, but he be stressing me out. Leave him alone. Leave her alone. I'm saying, man, my family, I don't be wanting to go around them. They be wanting to do the same thing. Stop going around them. You don't like your coworkers, find another job. That's why I'm thankful. Things ain't as complex as people make it seem. It ain't that complex. People make it seem that way. It's not. Be out. Break out. It ain't that complex. People make it seem like that. Doesn't matter who relate to what I say. This ain't for relation. This ain't for relation. This ain't for debating. It's for what I'm doing with it. It's a conversation. Want to have a conversation? Let's get into it. If not, stay blessed. Not, stay blessed. It's not personal. Not personal. What a businessman told me himself, you take things personal, you ain't gonna never do business. And if you're doing business, how is it personal? How? How? You doing business, how you taking anything personal? And if it's personal, how you doing business? That's why that saying is business never personal. That's facts. Again, that's facts. See, when you do you and you focus on doing yourself, you don't worry no more. It's not me. What I'm doing, this is business now. It wasn't never personal, but it's just more of a business move for me to be on YouTube now. That's why I'm pushing what I'm pushing with the memberships and all that. It's business. Whoever take it personal, they won't be a member. They won't have access like they did at one point. They got to go back, and now I appreciate the videos, the information, the things I did put out, and I put it out there scot-free. Scot-free. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. You got an author that wrote some books. He just had his books out there. He just put them in a library. And now he got some new books and working on some new ideas he got coming together. And now he put them in Barnes and Nobles. What's the problem? The fact that he put them in Barnes and Nobles? Got to go pay for that now. The books he had in the library, that's on you if you overlook those books. You like these books, I can't get nothing out of here. That's on you. Some people may say, well, those videos are old. I can't learn nothing from that. How you know? That's why I tell people, go back on my old content. It may help you out. But moving forward, there's no more of that. You want it, it's going to cost. Memberships, cash apps. The liking, appreciate that. The sharing, appreciate that. Subscription, appreciate that. That's free though. That's free. This here now, this new energy, this new frequency, it's going to cost. It's going to cost. It's going to cost. Again, it ain't personal. It's business. It's business. You about business? Let's get it done. It's personal. Stay blessed. But I'm not going back and forth no more. It's a wrap. It's over. Got to put my best foot forward and do what's best for me and my circumstances, my situation. Got to do that. Got to do it. Get business done. That's why I appreciate my wise warriors, my jungle survivors. They hollering at me. They telling me, nah, keep doing what you do. I appreciate it. I caught your video. I did this. I did that. Thanks for that video you dropped about this. That helped me out. I shared it on this and that for you. I had some people that I work with, or I had some people that I'm around. They watched it. I appreciate it. And I told them, I'm going to put a lot of things on membership mode. Now, I get it. And they thankful I'm doing that. They're appreciative I'm getting that done. Because they get it. They're like, nah, you know what? That's smart, man. Because now, when you do that, and you do what you got to do, it don't matter. You got to do what you got to do for you and whatever your situation is. And I'm thankful that they appreciate that I'm doing that. I'm thankful for that. Like, nah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man, for your situation. I respect it. Your situation, man, handle it. Your situation, get it done. It's business. And you've been doing that podcast for a minute. So now, you want to get your bread? I get it, man. Any way I can support you, I'm going to do that. And it's going to be other things that come with it. But right now, this is the start of it. This is the start of it. So I'm not on here. So for those who do appreciate it, they're like, oh, I see you going back live. Oh, he got members. All right, you know what? I'm going to tap in and really see what's going on. Can't speculate and assume. You don't tap in and find out. The content going to grow. It's going to elevate. That's nothing. What something is now, I'm really going to see who want to be invested and tap in from a business perspective now. From a business perspective. Because I done gave content away that I know that was valuable, that was priceless. She couldn't put a price on it, and I still put it out there because it was genuine. That's something I had to learn about business. When you're genuine, nothing else really matters. It was genuine when I did it. And that's what's important. Like, all right, now I'm going to do this. This is genuine right here. So it don't matter. It's genuine right here. I'm going to make this happen. And a lot of times, that's how you got to do it. Got to be genuine about it. That people say what they want. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Stay focused. Do what you do. And that's what I've been doing. Doing what I'm doing. So I ain't been on here. What am I missing? When I do get on here, I show people love on their platforms. However, me now, it's a difference. Tap in. Tap in. Show me. Show me. Pull up. Show me what's going on. I want to see what's going on. Show me that by now memberships. I done put a ton of things out there. Ton of things. I've been all right. I've been good. But now, no, it got to switch up. Got to switch up. And I'm going to be the one to switch it up. Me. Because if I worry about other people and other things, I ain't going to never be able to do that. So how I get that done? Memberships. So now, it doesn't matter. When people pull up, people want to see things, they want to do things, they members. So whoever else ain't worried, that's them. But those members will be like, all right, I got it. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. And also, what that will do, it'll have more people doing just that, paying attention. Because it's like, man, if I'm a member now, you know what? I'm going to really be paying attention because I got to spend my little $5 or whatever it's going to be, $10, $20, whatever it is. Make people pay attention because now they're spending something. They're like, man, nah, you know what? I done spun this. I'm paying attention. Damn, I'm going to really try to catch them lives. I'm going to really try to pay attention to them pre-recorded videos. Because now you're a member. If you want to know what your whatever you spent, your $5, your $10, your $2, your $3, $20, $30, whatever it is, you want to know what your money went for, which you should. You should want to know that. And that should be important. That should matter at the end of the day. Really should. That should matter. When you're doing something and you're just doing it to do it, it gotta mean something. Gotta hold validity. Because ain't no followers over here. Wise warriors, we leaders. Jungle survivors, we set precedents. We stay focused. That's what we're about. That's what we do. We stay motivated over here. Stay inspired over here. That's the community base. That's what we do. Tap in. Enjoy life. Got time to be worried about foolishness and headaches? They gonna get us nowhere. They don't get us nowhere. Here's gonna talk. It doesn't matter. So let them. That don't matter. Stay focused over here. Do what we gotta do. So I don't jump on this app like I used to. When I first started this, doing what I do, And being me, I had a lot more people tapping in. And now, where I'm at today with it, thankful I'm here. At this point that I'm at. This means everything to me. Being where I'm at right now. Being where I'm at right now. Means everything. I wouldn't want to trade it in for nothing no more. Cause I get it. I just don't care about it no more. Like at one point I did. I don't care about it no more. It means nothing. It means nothing. People don't have substance anymore. They don't have authenticity no more. It's a copycat thing. It's a copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. That's what it is. It's a copy and paste. It ain't authentic no more. You should be authentic. It should be authentic. It ain't that way no more. It's copy and paste. It's like, okay, I'm gonna copy off what somebody else doing, and then I'm gonna run with that. Then I'm gonna get frustrated and upset when the people I'm copying or people that I'm pasting, I ain't getting attention like the next person. Do you do your own thing? It's gonna take longer. That's true. It's true. But at least you're doing you. Some people told me I wouldn't be where I'm at today. As far as, oh, well, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't on Instagram. How you gonna get people to do this? How you gonna get people to do that? You ain't on Facebook. You only gonna promote it through YouTube? Yes, sir. That's it. Just through YouTube. And word of mouth. That's what I did with my music. I put my music out there, and before this internet thing, I used to have to go to people I knew and walk around my CDs and like, yo, you know, I make music. Yo, I go a CD. Yo, I go a tape because I was doing it when tapes was relevant too. Like, hey, go a CD. Hey, go a tape. And I had to go to those karaoke spots, and I had to go to the bars or wherever I had to go to be seen and be heard. I didn't care about that. I had to do what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do. I didn't look at it no other way besides that. Like, yo, handle your business, man. So I was thankful that I was able to get something done. Thankful I was able to handle my business. Life felt good because I had to go grind. Same thing I did with my podcast. Shout out to everybody that chipped in the best way they knew how, the best way they could. I didn't do everything on my own. People that taught me how to do a lot of things, people that helped me do a lot of things. Shout out to all those people who know who they are. People that help me do things, that's a fact. That's a fact. All I'm saying is I didn't utilize what other people told me I should have utilized. I'm saying, but you ain't gonna do this unless you're on Facebook. You ain't gonna do this unless you're on Instagram. Nobody, how you gonna promote your podcast unless you do this, and this? What you mean? Like, nah, I'm good. I don't gotta do that. Like how I gotta do that? Like, I don't gotta do that. What? Said if you ain't on Instagram, how you gonna promote your podcast? You ain't on Facebook, how you gonna promote your podcast? Word of mouth. So like I said, like I was just doing my music. Go out there and get it done. It'll reach who is meant to reach. It'll do that. It'll find who it need to find. It'll do that. I'm great with that. It'll do that. It'll get to the people it need to get to. Whenever it get to them. And I'm thankful for the time, should they listen. Because a lot of things that I was told, I was given a lot of help. I appreciate the help again. However, I was told things by people as well that didn't apply to me at all in regards to this whole YouTube thing, how to get subscribers, how to get viewership up, what to do on videos, how to do live streams and all that. And I did, and I applied some of them things. And I'm not saying it didn't work. It just didn't work for me. I'm not saying it didn't work. It just didn't work for me. So some of the things people say, you do this, you do that. You certified to get subscribed. You certified to get watch out. You certified to do this. And I did it. And it's like, but that didn't change the perspective. People listen because they listened to what I had to say. They listened to my message. They respected my authenticity. And that is what I appreciate and why I started doing this and why I'm going to continuously be me, because I see that's what works. Those other things that people told me, I'm not saying it don't work. It just don't work for me. It don't work for me. So why am I going to keep going back and forth and back? Man, that don't work for me. For the people who work for, bless them. Me, it don't work for me. I'm not doing it. Don't work for me. So you know what? I'm not going to do it. Again, it's not a knock on those people. Nah. They gave me the information based off what they thought would work for me. Just because it didn't work for me don't mean they gave me bad information. It just didn't work for me. That's it. That's all. It just didn't work for me. Don't mean it didn't work for them. Just it didn't work for me. And since I know that, I appreciate that now. Because that means just because I was given information, that don't mean it's definitely going to work for me. Don't mean that. Don't mean it's going to work for me. That's how things go. Okay, like I said, I got a lot of help and support. I appreciate both of those. However, things I was told, it didn't work for me. Again, that's just me. That don't mean it's not going to work for other people. For me, it ain't work. Me and being authentic has worked. Without me being on whatever other websites that people tell me, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you got this, you got promoted on Instagram. I ain't do that. How I got the subscribers I got, I ain't never put nothing on Instagram. Never had Facebook. Never put nothing on that. Never been on TikTok. Never. Of course, I could probably have more subscribers. That's not here nor there. What's here and there is that I got where I got without that, though. That works for the people who work for it, don't work for me. That's not me being authentic with myself. Before I got where I'm at with my podcast, back in the mid-90s, in the late 90s, when I was grinding my music, it wasn't no internet. You had to get out there. I had to burn the CDs. I had to pass the CDs out. I had to go to block parties and get on the microphone and rhyme. I had to get booed. I had to get cheered. I had to go to schools and colleges. I had to go to different places for my music to be heard, though. You know what I mean? I had to rhyme my way into studios. I had to rhyme my way into production. So now that the internet is popular and I got a podcast, I'm not going to change up my format. I get it. I'm willing to adapt. How I adapt, I got out there like I did my music and grind and told people, yo, I got a podcast now, right? I'm still hitting the local schools and churches, but I'm not just on other websites. That's my point. That worked for people who do that. I'm not into that. because I'm not with the traffic. Because when I ran the streets, traffic gets you locked up. You get too many people coming to the trap house, police coming. Yeah, you do want more people, but the more traffic, the more surveillance. See, when you really have done something, you know how this works. I really was doing things, so I get it. The more traffic now, you got to deal with a lot. And some people, they're not coming to come. They coming to be nosy, or they coming to hate, or they coming to speculate, or they coming to cause friction. They coming with envy. They coming with jealousy. And it's nothing wrong with that or them. It's ways that you got to be prepared mentally and spiritually to deal with that. And if you're not being authentic with yourself, you're just going to embrace everything. Because you're like, yeah, I never had success. Yeah, I never had money. Yeah, I never had women. Yeah, I never had cars. Yeah, I never had clothes. So it's like, okay, now that you got the clothes, are you wearing them right? Do they fit you right? Now that you got the jewelry, are you wearing it right? Are you wearing it to the right places, the right events, or are you just wearing it? Okay, now that you got the watches, are you wearing them with the right attire? Now that you have the car, are you taking care of it right? You getting it the right oil changes? You taking it to the right mechanics, or you just driving it? All that's relevant. But when you following and you ain't doing you, and you're not following your own blueprint, you're not following your own architectural footprint that you laid down for yourself, hey, look how it's going to come back. But if you start to listen to yourself, you start to hear other people less and less because you're listening to yourself. See, one thing I like about me doing me and me being more focused on myself is that I had to start doing it because I wasn't frustrated no more. See, I only wanted to do me to rebel. I only wanted to do me to prove something. Now I do me to propel. Not to rebel, to propel, meaning to grow, meaning to elevate, to evolve. I'm not doing me to be like, look at me. I have a podcast. Look at me. I could talk about the government. I could talk about the economy. I could talk about politics. I could talk about sports. I could talk about celebrities. I ain't into that. I'm going to talk about life, living, learning, true experiences. Like I said earlier. Going to those hospitals, seeing what it's like for people who can't walk no more, people who can't talk no more, people who can't hear no more, people who connected to machinery. That gives me a re-evaluation of life, to redefine life, for me to appreciate a meal, for me to appreciate a roof over my head, for me to appreciate a shower. People don't appreciate nothing until it's gone. They don't appreciate nothing. People don't appreciate nothing. Then when it's gone, oh, well, how did I lose that? You ain't appreciate it. You got to appreciate it. That's how this thing goes. You got to appreciate it. It's not going to appreciate you. You got to appreciate it. That's how this thing goes. Tell people that, they get upset with you, though. And for me, it doesn't even matter no more. Get upset. So, and doesn't matter. Doesn't matter no more. I had to learn, and I'm glad I'm still learning. I do things for me. If it benefits others, I appreciate that. Like I said, whoever don't like it, whoever disapprove of it, God bless them. God bless them. But I done went back and forth and debate and up. Man, I'm mature. So talk about me ignoring you. Do that. Talk about me, but now talk about the fact that I'm ignoring you. That's something to talk about. How I'm ignoring you. How I'm ignoring foolishness, stupidity, selfishness. That got nothing to do with nothing. So even if I do want to speak about politics or sports or other people or celebrities, okay, it's going to be somebody in the world that's going to be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Or they're going to get in there and agree with me. And then when I go away, they don't want me to go. Now I got problems with them. And we had nothing in common. They was only there because They wanted to hear somebody talk about somebody else. I ain't worried about that. They don't do nothing for me. They ain't gonna change my mentality. It's not. What changes my mentality, what shifts my perspective is doing me, being myself. I ain't been live today in a minute. I did a little test run maybe a couple days ago just to see that I am, and I'm glad I had to do that so I get my laptop back right. Because that's how long I ain't even been on my laptop and been going live. My laptop had to update and upgrade. Like, hold on, you gotta update your software. Because I don't be worried about that. It's irrelevant to me. I'm gonna do it when I can get it done. But I'm not gonna do it because like, oh well, saying you monetize now, you'll be on it every day. You can get cash apps, be on it every day. You can get this. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna put it out there. For those who want to receive it, they're gonna receive it. For those who ain't worried about it, they ain't worried about it. But I'm not chasing it. It's nothing to chase because things you chase run away from you. I don't chase, I embrace. So whatever it appears to be I'm chasing, it's going to run away from me. But I'm ready to embrace things when they come my way. And when they come my way, I'm going to be mentally and spiritually prepared to deal with it and emotionally in sync to deal with it. But just to be like, okay, it's there. Nah. I'm good off that. So being your authentic, true self matters. That's why so many people have issues with various different scenarios in their life because they're not being authentic to themselves. They're trying to keep it honest with other people and they're trying to be real with other people and they're not being honest to themselves. They're not being real with themselves. Because like, all right, you know what now? I'm going to show these people I'm real. Why? They don't matter. I'm going to show these people I ain't broke. Why? They don't matter. You matter. You realistically matter. Show you're not broke because now you know how to stack some money up. And legally and legitimately. You know how to keep your bank account running fluidly. You ain't got to keep running back and forth to your bank, pulling out money. You know how to legitimately take care of your bills. You know how to legitimately run your household. Keep your apartment clean. Keep your clothes clean. You know what clothes to put in the cleaners. You know what clothes to wash. You know when to go shopping, how to go shopping. It's about to get hot outside. Go winter shopping. Coats will be cheaper. Things like that. Little things like that. That people, when you stop dealing with people, you could pay attention to that. It's like, I know what, it's hot outside. Y'all can go get me a winter coat. Now, when it's cold, you go get you some summer clothes because that's going to be cheap or cheaper, excuse me. That'll be cheaper. So now you go out there, get you some winter clothes when it's hot outside. That's how that works. That's how that go. That's how you do that. But when you always caught up in what they say, the algorithm, I'm the algorithm. I'm caught up in me without being conceited. I'm the algorithm. When you're chasing something, it runs away from you. And then it's a lot of white noise and loud noise around you. Can't see nothing clearly because you're looking at a bunch of nonsense. So you don't see nothing clear because you're looking at a bunch of nonsense. That's why. That's why you don't see nothing clear because you're looking at a bunch of nonsense. And you're not going to see nothing clear. You're just not. Not going to do that. How come? Because you're looking at a bunch of nonsense. So you're not going to see nothing clear. Period. Point blank. You're just not. You're so caught up in everything else and you're losing yourself. Losing yourself. If you ask you what happened, you really don't even know what happened. You're losing yourself. Let me keep up with this. Let me keep up with that. Let me follow this. Let me follow that. Let me follow this. Let me follow that. You ain't got to follow nothing. There's nothing to follow. Lead yourself. Teach yourself. Guide yourself. That simple. That's how this thing goes. Lead yourself. Teach yourself. School yourself. Enlighten yourself. That's simple. Oh, what about what people gonna say? What about what people gonna do? They ain't gonna get you nowhere. They ain't get you nowhere. They ain't gonna get you nowhere. Stay focused on you. People gonna call you conceited. So know why I'm out people saying I'm more caught up in myself? They can't say I'm talking about them because I'm so busy talking about me. They can't say I'm hating on them because I'm too busy talking about me. They can't say I gossip. I'm too busy talking about me. So for me, I appreciate it. Can't say that. Can't say I'm a hater. I'm talking about life. Everybody has a life. I'm not talking about people life. I'm just talking about life, living, learning, experiences that happen in life. That's dull or that's boring or whatever. I don't care. And it ain't hating though. It ain't gossip though. It ain't being nosy though. So I don't care. And that's going to always, what I appreciate, that's going to always be important to me. It's going to always be important to me. Period. Point blank. Always. That's going to always be important to me. It's going to always matter to me. Because I ain't got time to deal with it. I used to, not no more. Life has changed. Thinking better, moving better, operating better, leaving people alone. Because I know I want them to leave me alone. Because I ain't got time to deal with it. Whatever that may be, I don't want to go through it. I don't want to go through it. They can label me whatever. Don't matter. The things they label me, I know the things they're going to speculate and label me, and I know the things that's really important. That's facts. So it don't even matter. So it doesn't even matter. So like I said, for everybody out there, definitely get on the memberships. The Cash App is Legend 77. Anybody that's looking to book a session, hit that email, hit me up, book a session. Let's get to it. Because the thing about life that's real is that it's going to evolve, and you're going to be where you at, or you're going to evolve with it. Because it's going to keep moving. The earth going to keep spinning. The sun going to keep shining. It ain't going to stop because it's raining where you at. Okay, it's a dark cloud over your situation. Lighten up your life. Brighten up your day. You could do that. Do you really want to do it or not? If you don't, then don't. But if you do, get it done. That's how this thing goes. You do, you get it done. You don't, leave it alone. That's how life works. Nobody owes you nothing. You ain't going to get nothing from nobody either unless you putting in work or you earning it. But ain't nobody going to say, here, take this. You deserve to get this. It ain't going to happen. That's why I'm moving forward. I'm doing what I'm doing. Doing what I'm doing. So I ain't worrying about it no more. All right, so again, start tapping in. The memberships are available. Cash App, New Legend 77. All right, everybody that tapped in, I appreciate it. I know I ain't been live in a while, so certain people ain't been seeing me and they don't really know what's going on. So Leonardo, I appreciate you, friend, tapping in. Moderator, Carla, thank you. I appreciate it. Who else tapped in? Waffles, I appreciate your time. Everybody else that tapped in, I appreciate it. All right, so you guys make sure you got the notifications on. Make sure you got make sure you subscribe if you didn't. And again, Cash App, New Legend 77. Email me for some sessions. Also, memberships are available. All right, guys, till next time. Peace, power, L'chaim, shalom, assalamu alaikum. Peace, world.